to have John from Opolis talking with us. Maybe John, you can start by saying some introduction for Opolis for us.
Yeah, sure. So I've been in the HR tech and employment space for 20 years, and Opolis' vision is to democratize employment. So what that means in regular people's terms is to create accessibility for the typical employment experience, but for independent people. So as we move into a world that's more, or I guess I should say less organized around corporations.
Absolutely.
Individuals need the ability to recreate the experience of safety and security of employment.
Yeah.
But without having a corporation doing it for them. So corporations are the ultimate intermediaries, extractors of value, subjugators of talent, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely.
So in the creator economy, the gig economy, the new DAO economy, we need a new structure that allows individuals to control their own commercial experiences, to decide from where, with whom, and how much to work, without giving up their independence. So we've built the legal and technological framework to help with compliance, procurement for benefits, retirement plans, accounting services, whatever it might be, and we've vertically integrated it into a single stack so that it doesn't matter if I'm an independent creative or if I'm a software developer nomad or if I'm a real estate agent or an independent, psychotherapy professional. It doesn't matter. Like you can plug into this ecosystem and have access to, cryptocurrency as part of your payroll, compliance. So like you're doing everything that you need to do, the necessary evil stuff, and you get a W-2 paycheck and you get your health care insurance just like you would normally get through a corporation, but now you're providing it for yourself.
Yeah, it's really the future of work.
No, it's absolutely, from a commercial experience, it's the protocol, not the technology, but like for a person who wants to take a venture into the future of work, how are you going to do that if you don't have an infrastructure to support it? Well, you could be an entrepreneur and go figure it out on your own and like all this, but most people...
Yeah, we need to get the next millions of
we got to get
people into
we got
the
to
space.
abstract that stuff away so people can just jump in. And they're like, oh, this is cool. I get the best of both worlds. I don't have to give up the safety and security for the freedom and flexibility of the future of work.
It's really amazing that you really start with years of experience in the traditional HR space and all these corporate finance, right? But your journey is actually also about East Denver. Right? And honestly, thanks for hosting us, all of us, bringing us together today. Maybe you can also talk about your personal journey, how with East Denver really bring this DAO and Ethereum community together and now become a really big space about anyone into the digital economy.
Yeah, so one of the things we learned early on, or I learned early on, is I'm not a dumb person, and like a lot of this is very complicated.
Right.
And I even spend a lot of time learning about it, and I still find myself like not understanding everything that goes on. So one of the things that happens in the crypto space is we gatekeep everything, right? So if you want to go to DevCon, it's $1,000 ticket. If you want to go to even ECC, it's 350 euros, right? So like if you're new to the space, am I going to spend that to go learn? No. Like why would I do that? That's more like just family reunion stuff. Like we just go hang out with our friends. So ETH Denver is designed as an on-ramp for people that are new to the space, crypto curious, students, underserved communities, doesn't matter, right? We call it a big tent and a blank canvas. So we just build the space. We have people from all over the world that come. We pay somewhere around $50,000 to $75,000 in travel scholarships. We rent out hostels. We just give away space so people can just come. We pay for food. We pay for everything. Literally, if you don't have clothes, we'll give you swag. We'll give you clothes.
Wow.
So like, you don't have to have any, there's no price of admission, right? So if you want to learn about this and contribute your own creativity, we've created that on-ramp to do that. So it's now the world's largest Web3 hackathon.
For sure.
We've hosted somewhere around 800 projects that have been built over 4 years. We've had in person 5,000, 5,500 people from 94 countries, and then this year virtually we had 31,000 people from 104 countries. So we love that people like to come and learn in ETH Denver and come build with us. It's really the convergence of Colorado as this new space, the physical space, that's very supportive of Web3. So our governor's the co-founder of Techstars.
That's amazing.
We have a securities commissioner who's the former chief counsel of the Ethereum Foundation.
That's just awesome.
So innovation is something that they think about.
Yep.
And Governor Polis announced in February this year that we intend to make Colorado the first digital state.
Awesome.
So digital identity, sovereign ownership of data, you know, all sorts of new budding ideas, even around communities.
Yeah.
So, you know, people come now to Colorado to build this future, and we've just happened, our timing was good. And
congratulations on all these
thank
years
you.
of working with especially legislation, but also builders. I think what you said about figuring out this logistics for other people to come and have a chance to experience this is actually quite an untold story. What actually you guys are really known for is also helping builders with the hackathons. Everyone come here to actually build. It's not just about...
It's actually about building first.
Yes.
So the meme Biddle,
Yeah.
we created that.
That's crazy, right?
So we created that in 2018.
Yeah.
So it first came from Kevin Owocki, the founder of Gitcoin. He tweeted it out once, and I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
And I said to our organization team, I was like, you know, we were building memes like for our hashtags.
Yeah.
And so I included that because it didn't get any airtime. Nobody paid attention to it until ETH Denver 2018. We put out, here's the memes that we want you to use, and then boom, it got like 1 million uses.
Yeah, everyone uses that now.
And now everybody uses it, but it's a good description of like what it's about first. So we don't describe ETH Denver as a conference at all. It's not a conference.
Yeah.
It's a community innovation festival.
Absolutely.
So it's parts learning, parts creation, and parts just innovation. But the Biddle component is the primary reason. So every other conference is about this. Everybody just talks and whatever, and it's a conference.
Announcements.
Yeah, whatever. We're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do some of that.
Yeah.
But the main reason we're here is to build.
I love it. Yeah.
And that's never gonna change because that's why ETH Denver was created to begin with. And again, we're not here to make money. We don't charge for tickets. We're here to create a sustainable ecosystem, which is the whole point of Spork DAO, which is the whole point of the event, which is the whole point of everything that we do. It's about expanding the community and creating vibrancy, creativity, and sustainability for everybody involved.
It's really the right vision. Now you can definitely tell us about that DAO then.
The Spork DAO?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spork DAO, we talked about, so ETH Denver 2020, we announced it as the year of the DAO. Now, 2020 was kind of a mulligan for everybody because like the pandemic and everything just kind of stopped for a minute. So 2021 is really the year of the DAO in my opinion because we're seeing so much activity. I mean, there was like a handful of DAOs with like 200 total people in DAOs, and now there's like tens of thousands of people that are in DAOs in like 1 year. So like it's growing super fast. So our vision was always to have the community own the event. So we didn't want some sort of like traditional corporate hierarchy structure to like be extracting value, or a board of directors saying, well, we need to charge for tickets, we need to make money. And we're like, no, if we're gonna really preserve what I call the structural benevolence of a community, you have to put it in the hands of the community. So with help of our, really smart attorneys and everybody that's contributed to all of this, we moved it to a cooperative-based DAO. So now the community makes the decisions, right? I'm still involved operationally, but like at the end of the day, the value that's created isn't just about me or some small group of people. It's about the community.
That's
so
incredible.
even as a participant, you earn value. As a speaker, you earn value. As a sponsor, you earn value. As a creator, a builder, you earn value. As an artist, you earn value. So anybody who comes and contributes their attention and their resources to the community earns and builds value for the community.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
it's incredible.
It's been a very interesting thing to do. I mean, we had no idea how we were going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, when we announced it.
Yeah.
And there were some people that were skeptical. They're like, "Oh, are you really going to do that? You could make so much money." I'm like, I don't think you understand. I literally don't care.
Yeah, you really care about the community more.
We care about
the revenue, right?
Well, and like we talk a lot about decentralization and community building and positive sum games, playing long term.
Yeah.
How many people actually do it?
For sure. Yeah.
Because when faced with decisions, people will make fear-based decisions or they'll make decisions that are sort of
revenue-driven, profit-driven, yeah.
And they're not even aware that they're undermining the exact thing that they're talking about. And they don't even get it. It's like completely disconnected that they don't see it. So like we're just very intentional about wanting to have integrity.
Getting it right from further
around, playing the long game. And my prediction is, I mean, we're doing, NFT drops for the community. We're creating other revenue streams for the DAO.
Yep.
We've built a technology sandbox that the community owns with the governor's office.
Wow.
So we can incubate startups, take a position in these companies, and the community creates that value.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, who's doing this? Like,
I know.
Nobody gets to do
an
this
existing working community and be able to take a sustainable view to build values. And actually putting a DAO that actually everyone owns it, very clear, transparent. You guys are really doing it right.
Well, we're trying to. I mean, again, I think a lot of it just has to do with being intentional about decision making and making sure that whatever you set up from a structural decision making standpoint or a value distribution standpoint doesn't undermine the stated goals. And sometimes you have to make decisions that are not going to be like short term.
Or just for a few people.
Yeah, you have to make long-term decisions. And I think the communities that do that in the long view are going to do
just like
really
Ethereum,
well.
just like this community of Denver. You have seen all this DAO community growing, right? In a year, how do you think you want to drive that all the DAO movements and people? What can we achieve in a year that you are wishing for?
I think what we need, and I wouldn't say it's standards, because I don't like the idea of standards, because I think the minute you try to standardize something, it loses the kind of organic creative component. I think what we need is better tool sets that help educate people on, like, if I want to create a DAO, what are the 10 things that I need to do?
Absolutely.
I don't think most people know that.
And the last 10 things, which is all the HR stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
how do
Opolis can really help.
Exactly, like how do we provide, even the question of how do we provide benefits to our employees? It's like, okay, first off, they're not your employees. You shouldn't want that. Number two, if you're thinking you're going to go that direction, stop, because you're just going to turn into a corporation.
Exactly.
Three, what are the tool sets? So we need to do a better job at communicating how to do this and enabling people to experiment. Because we haven't solved governance. We haven't solved conflict resolution. We haven't solved coordination or token economics. We haven't solved any of it.
Yeah.
There's no best practice for any
started,
We haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah.
So if anybody asks me, well, what's the best practice? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, we're just making it up. And I say
at least
that.
you have some experience.
We do. And when I say making it up, I mean, we took 2.5 years to build our token economics for Opolis.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like we just made it up over a weekend.
Exactly.
I mean, but we did create it because nobody ever has done it before.
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
So like, when people look at this stuff, they're like, well, how'd you come up with that? And it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, we iterated and iterated and iterated and iterated over a very long period of time, and we came up with what we felt like was the best game design incentives for stakeholders in the community to create sustainable economics and sustainable benevolence.
Totally.
And so we're just, when we put it into production, it's a giant experiment.
Great stuff.
And you can't even predict what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it might even just blow up and we might have to
It is
redo
blowing up
it.
this weekend already, so.
Well, blow up in a good way,
For
yes.
sure, for
it
sure.
could also blow up in a bad way.
Totally good way.
And we have to be willing to have the humility to look at it, reiterate, and redeploy.
Yeah,
So,
thank you so much, John.
my
It's
pleasure.
been such a pleasure. Thank you.
amen. Thanks.
Yeah.